Third lesson, The Boy Who Broke the Bank by Ruskin Bond. And here you could see this is the third lesson of the short story. Very short. You can see the pages running only two. We have 2 to 3 pages. This lesson is very short. Just to give the gist of this lesson, before I could just share this short story, we can just read about the text over here. Very simple and easy. This is more than enough for you. Fake news spreads like wildfire. You know very well. Something which is fake, will go very fast. And here you could see this is like wildfire, it starts going. And in the age of social media and at the time when rumors spread overnight, this story by Ruskin Bond gives us a good laugh when we realize how baseless gossip gains momentum in no time. So baseless gossip, somebody is, what's called gossiping is they have no other things to talk, so they start saying about somebody else, talking about somebody else, and one talks something and it's been carried by the third person to the fourth person, and each one adds, they say no eyes and the nose to things, and that is how the story travels throughout the lesson. And here you could see it is it is Nathu. Okay, Nathu is the hero of this lesson. Nathu, grumbling complaint about his delayed pay is blown out of proportion when the other characters gradually exaggerate it around the town. So this is what is the main theme of this lesson. It is Nathu's grumbling. So he'll start grumbling. What is this grumble? What's called grumbling? Something like, what is this not happening? They're not giving, or some kind of complaints made by this Nathu. Okay, what happened is about his delayed pay, and what about what he is grumbling is about his payment, about his salary he is grumbling. This is blown out to a proportion when the other characters gradually exaggerate it around the town, causing a ruckus. So this little payment delay has been carried to many people into different angles, and that is what is the main thing that causes ruckus in the town, causes chaos in the town. So though humor this through humor, the story shows how human beings buy into gossip, leading to anxiety and panic. So what they do, see, is humor just for fun, they say, but it sometimes it causes chaotic things, and it becomes a panic situation to people. And this is what is clearly written by Ruskin Bond in this particular lesson, short story, The Boy Who Broke the Bank. As I told you, it is Nandu. So Nandu is a person who is a sweeper. Actually, he's a sweeper. Okay, so he'll be cleaning the banks. Okay, he'll be giving off Pipal Nagar Bank. Okay, he is a worker there in the Pipal Nagar Bank, and and that is owned by the Seth Govind Ram. So this bank is owned by Seth Govind Ram, and this man used to broom and dust and clean the things and keep it very neatly. So as Nathu was hanging his pan against a dustbin, Sitaram, the washerman's son, passed by. So there is another person who is passing this side. It is Sitaram. So now this fellow is cleaning and dumping the dust into the dustbin. That time a person called Sitaram comes. This is a washerman's son, and he passed by. Sitaram was on his delivery round. He had a bundle of freshly pressed clothes balanced on his hand. So there are so many bundles of clothes which he had in his hand. Don't raise such dust, he called out to Nathu. Are you annoyed because they are still refusing to pay you an extra 2 rupees a month? So why are you dusting? Like when you dust, it will fly. So this fellow said, don't dust it very hard because it is flying, because he's got his clothes with us. Don't dust it very high, it is coming and disturbing. Why you are so angry? Might be still that 2 rupees is not paid for you. You have asked for an increment. No, still I think so you have been not paid, Nathu, for that increment, and that's why you are so angry and dusting the things in the dustbin, he's asking. But Nathu is replying here, I don't wish to talk about it, complained the sweeper boy. I haven't even received my regular pay. So I am not even talking about the 2 rupees increment which I wanted. Actually, I didn't even receive the normal pay which I should get this particular month. So regular pay itself I did not get. And this is the 20th of the month. Who would think a bank would hold up a poor man's salary? As soon as I get my money, I'm off. Not another week do I work in this place. And Nathu banged the pan against the dustbin several times just to emphasize his point and give himself confidence. So he says, "Nee, this time already it is 20, it is not, they have not even given my salary. And this particular month, once they give, I'm going to quit this job and run away. I hate anymore working in this place," he says. "Well, I ask you, luck," said Sitaram. I'll keep a lookout for any job that might suit you." And he plodded barefoot along the road, the big bundle of clothes hiding most of his head and shoulders. So, okay, I'll see for any other job for you. You better quit your job because they are not paying you, not giving you increment. So many things are there, no? So he is also promising him to give him such a job, and he goes away. At the fourth home, he visited Sitaram. Heard the lady of the house mention that she was in the need of a sweeper. Tying his bundle together, he said, "I know a sweeper boy who's looking for a work. He can start from next month. He's with the bank just now, but they aren't giving him his pay and he wants to leave." So he's very clearly telling you so that I know a boy. Okay, he'll be sweeping. He can do this work. He's working in the bank as of now because they're not paying him properly. Is going to quit. So next month onwards, shall I ask him to come? Then is that so? Said Mrs. Sita. Well, tell him to Srivastava. Okay. She says, okay, you ask him to come and join. And Sriram, glad that he had been service to both the customers and his friend, hoisted his bag and he ran away. And then he went off. And Mrs. Srivatsa, what is she saying? Had to do some shopping. So she gave instruction to the ayah about looking after the baby and told the cook not to be late with the midday meal. Then she set out of the Pepal Nagar marketplace to make a customary tour of the clothes shop. So this lady is going. So from now it is from where and all now it's from Sitaram. It has come to uh, Srivatsava. Okay, and now this Srivatsava is going for a shopping. So see now what is going to happen. Large shady tamarind tree grew to one of the end of the bazaar, and it was there Mrs. Srivatsa found her friend Mrs. Bhushan sheltering from the heat. Mrs. Bhushan was fanning herself with a large handkerchief. She complained of the summer which she affirmed was definitely the hottest in the history of Vipalnagar. She then showed Mrs. Srivatsa a sample of clothes she was going to buy, and for a few minutes they discussed its shade, texture, and having exhausted this topic, Mrs. Srivatsa said, "Do you know, my dear, that Seth Govindram's bank can't even pay his employees? Only this morning I heard a complaint from the sweeper who hasn't received his wages for a month over." So, after talking about the clothes, they slowly shifted to this bank. This bank, Seth Govindram, is not paying for the sweeper. He's going to shift, because he's not been paid properly, he's going to quit the job. So, this is how the topic starts. Then again, they go. Then shocking news goes. Oh, oh, is that so? Then the pay the sweeper. They must be in a bad way. None of the others could be getting paid either. So sweeper itself they're not paying means imagine how will they pay for the others. So then Miss Srivastana left. Okay, she left, and this Miss Bhushan. Now she goes. She also disappears, and this Sri Bhushan. Goes and she complains to the flower another person. Okay, so replied Mrs. Bhushan, had you remained stationary in one shop, where have you found any? So she also moves from that. Then she goes and reports to Kamal Kishore, and from Kamal Kishore it goes to they again talk about this, what is this, what is this. So one by all gossiping. This is how the story continues, and finally people think that it is because of the bankruptcy only they can't even pay the sweeper. And so what about our accounts kept in our money kept in that bank, so our money will not be safe, they all think. And they start thronging the bank, stating that they want to take away their money from the bank, thinking that their money will not be safe over there. So this is the end of the story. Like they come and they try to break over the whole bank, and the bank is broken, it is into pieces. There's a big ruckus happening. So it's a small story. It started with the sweeper, becomes a big gossip where the boy is the reason for the bank to break. That is the heading of the lesson, the boy who broke the bank. So finally the bank has been strewn out, it's been thrown into pieces, and though the officials say nothing of that sort is happening, we are all having a lot of money, we are not running any problem with the money, but still no one understands it, and they try to break open the bank. So this is your lesson all about your the boy who broke the bank. And this question of comprehension part, let me just answer for you. Who promised Nathu that he look for a job for him? It is Sitaram. He came, the washerman. Who started the rumor that Pipal Nagar was going to be bankrupt? Mr. Bhushan. Then you can see the boy who broke the bank. It is Nathu. Then the people of Pipal Nagar stormed the bank to claim their money. The people believe that the bank had collapsed because their money was not returned. Said that. So this is both the answers you can try to answer. So this is your comprehension questions. When you come to writing your passage, you have a converting story into a play. So this is actually children just try to go through this sentence one by one. It is really interesting lesson over here, scene 1, scene 2, and you have some exercises also. They have written your scenes in this exercises. Tomorrow they want to ask you in your exams with regards to making dialogues. So this will be helpful for you to write it in your exam on your own. So go through with your examples over here, full of Mr. Bhushan, Kamal Kishore, Mrs. Bhushan. The whole story is written in the format of dialogue. Then you go with the next exercise over here. We have some examples, some written lesson, short story, The Blue Umbrella by Ruskin Bond. So when you read that, you can fill up all this, but this is done here already in simple sentences. So what is the plot like in that lesson? The Blue Umbrella, in a small village called Gurn Hall lives a young girl. Then you can see the characters Vinya, Blue Umbrella, Nand Kishore. Then you can see setting Garhwal village of Himachal Pradesh. The number of scenes, it is all depending on you, whatever, how much ever scenes you want, you can have. Small shop, food items, umbrella. You can have a half sari or sari, chudidar, jeans. And then after reading the story, you can make your story accordingly with the dialogues. So this is this fill up of your exercises C and A and all. And leaving this page, we go with the worksheet. So worksheet 3.3 I will do it in the next video. Thank you, students.